Is it a thought seed or a thought weed? By Impact Kids Coach. We all have thoughts moving around in our mind, coming and going like cars on the freeway. Maybe some of your thoughts even take you out of this world. All of our minds are full of thoughts all of the time, constantly coming and going. And some are easy or helpful, some are hard and helpful, some are not helpful and hard. Maybe not helpful and easy. So many different kinds of thoughts that we are constantly having. And today I want to help you decide the difference between thoughts that are not helpful and hard thoughts and helpful thoughts so that you can go out and make your best impact. Let's get started. We're going to think of our minds as gardens, and our thoughts are like seeds. Just like you want to plant flowers that make your garden beautiful, you want to plant thoughts that make your mind feel good. We actually have to work hard to keep our garden healthy and beautiful. We plant fresh seeds and plants and flowers, and we have to look out for the weeds that will inevitably grow even though we didn't plant them. Helpful thoughts are like planting seeds for pretty flowers. They make you feel happy and confident. They make you excited about what's ahead. When you have helpful thoughts, it's like adding sunshine and water to your flower garden and helping it grow strong and beautiful. But just like in a real garden, in our minds, we can get some weeds that were not invited to the garden, and they just appear. Weeds are plant and flower killers. They will destroy the garden if we don't get rid of them. It's important to know the difference between a weed and a plant or a flower. The weeds will steal the nutrients from the soil. They compete for the water and sunlight, and they're even home to pests that like to eat the flowers and plants. Being able to tell the difference between a weed or a plant or flower is so important for having a healthy garden. The same is true for our minds. It's important to be able to tell the difference between a thought seed and a thought weed. And we need to get rid of those weeds from the garden and get rid of those thought weeds from our minds. So, how do we do that when we're talking about a garden in our mind? In our minds, our thoughts start like a seed. They start out small. And if we give them our attention and continue to think about them and talk about them, they grow. Some of these thought seeds will grow into plants and flowers, so we want to give them our attention. But some of these thoughts are weeds, and healthy plants and flowers are not growing. Let's play thought seed or weed and see if you can start to get an idea of which ones we should give our attention to and which ones we need to weed out. Thought seed or weed. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try my best. This is definitely a helpful thought seed because it encourages you to believe in yourself and your abilities. It motivates you to put in effort and work towards your goals. Thought seed or weed. I'm not good at anything. I'll never get better. This is a thought weed, and it is not helpful because it puts you down and makes you feel discouraged. It doesn't leave room for improvement or for the possibility of learning new things. Is this a thought seed or weed? I don't have anyone to play with. I don't have friends, and I'll always be alone. This is a thought weed. This thought is unhelpful because it's based on negative assumptions and fears. It doesn't consider the possibility of forming new friendships. Thought seed or thought weed. I made some mistakes on my homework, but that's how I learn. This is definitely a helpful thought seed because it reminds you that making mistakes is a natural part of learning and growing. Remember, helpful thoughts or thought seeds are ones that lift you up, motivate you, and help you see the positive side of things. Unhelpful thoughts or thought weeds bring you down. They make you feel stuck and focus on the negatives. They can make you feel tired because you're stuck in a wheel like this little hamster. You don't go anywhere, you don't make any gains, you don't achieve anything, and you just keep thinking about the same negative thing over and over. By recognizing the difference between helpful and unhelpful thoughts, you can learn to challenge those negative thoughts and to get those thought weeds out of your mind so that you can cultivate a more positive mindset, which will allow you to make your best impact. If you found this video helpful, tune in for our next video where we're going to talk about some thought seeds that may not give you easy feelings, but they're still important thoughts. It might be calling you to action. And the next video that we're going to talk about is all about taking action with these thought seeds that are not weeds, but maybe they still give you hard feelings. Stay tuned for our next really helpful video so that you can go out there and make your best impact.